Hello, class. My name is Forrest, and Terra Quest is the game that I designed, the puzzle game that I designed. So the core statement, again, you can read this, but I'm going to go over it real quick. Terra Quest is an immersive strategic board game that challenges players to terraform a barren planet while managing resources, completing objectives, and defending against sabotage. Victory is achieved by controlling the board or being the first to launch the ISS, blending deep strategy with competitive interactions. Now, feature lists. This is just a few of them. We have dynamic terraforming board, a dual victory condition, resources management, sabotage mechanics, modular objectives, a tactical card play, multiplayer tensions, as well as an app that allows it easier to manage your resources as well as what assets you have. Overview, going through the player motivation. Genre is going to be kind of a futuristic, strategic sci-fi puzzle. Some of the market competition on this would be like Terraforming Mars, Civilization franchise, Catan, and Scythe. And then characters, you're going to have different factions in it. The art style is going to be futuristic. It is going to have a feel like Civilization, but not as in depth when it comes to that. And then the sound, of course, if you guys can't hear it, we do have sound playing in the background that we would hope fits this game well. For the setup, you need board, starting resource chips, the player assets, as well as the decks. Now we go forward. The starting hand, you're all going to have 5 terraform and action cards, 1 asset card, 1 sabotage card, and an objective card. Now the game components, you're going to have your terraforming tiles. These will go on your board to show what they are. They'll be color coded or they'll have a number on them. Resource points, player tokens, the specific decks, ISS tokens, fuel refinery tokens, and communication relays. This will make sense as we get further into the end game. But as we go to factions, each faction has different bonuses as you play. I'm not going to read through them, but each one will have a different play style as you move forward. Now, to win the game, you must launch the ISS. In order to do that, you need to build a fuel refinery, a storage tank, a launch pad, and a communication relay. Once built, the player can declare that they are launching it and win, or you can control 75% of the board. So it all depends on what you want to do. Now, finally, it's different when you get into the factions. Each faction has a specific way of launching the 3 required assets to win the game. So if we go through Pioneers, we'll just compare them real quick. So like Pioneer, in order to use the fuel refinery requirement, you have to control at least 3 forest tiles and spend 20 resource points. While for the Technocrats, you have to control 2 deserts or a mountain tile and spend 25. So some are a little quicker, some are different, and you can build these in any order that you would like. Decks, you have your terraform, your action deck, you have your objective deck, and sabotage deck. So we'll go into it. So the terraform deck is going to be comprised of 40 cards. You're going to have the terraform cards, extra resources, so it gain additional or have an extra shipment. Those are kind of the type. Double productions, tile swap. Then you have an asset deck. These will be like build unique structures, geothermal plants, tidal farms, anything that would produce a resource for you to use. Objective decks, now these are split into different ones: terraform, assets, and production. So you need to, they give you examples for each one. So for production, produce 10 energy per turn, and then there's going to be a reward, and you get a new objective card every time you complete one objective. Sabotage decks, you have a destroy asset for an opponent, slow production, resource theft, and then sabotage construction, delay how soon they can build it. And the assets, these are just the cost of resources to build them. So it's a simple, okay, put the card down, play it, and you're good to go. And then again, it gives you the effects: energy, however we use it, production, resource, energy. It's all just one resource point that you can use. We did want to use different ones, so we did a shortage of funds mechanic, which if you run out of funds, let's say it takes in order 2 turns to build it and it takes 5 resource points and you don't have that, short of funds mechanic allows you to an opponent to pay an X amount per card and take over that asset. Then solo play, there's going to be pre-made boards as well as scenarios so you can play, and these would be based on factions as well, and then additional requirement mechanics adjusting game length, so you can make it quick, you can make it slow. And then this was a little bit harder to do when it came to building this game because I did not have, this game doesn't exist, I couldn't use playing cards, so I ended up using a basic layout. So normally it's a 15 by 15, but I did a 10 by 10. So this is the first turn. Everyone has the same amount of cards. There's no draw on the first turn. So in this turn, player 1 played 2 terraform cards and an asset card. So if you see here, terraform card was here, most likely mountain. Second one was forest, and then they played an asset, which is some type of energy production. Again, these cards would look different. This is just an overview. And then down here, the O is the objective card, and it says build terraform a forest and add an energy asset. So they've done that. So at the end of this turn, they would get to draw an extra, or at the beginning of next turn, they would draw another asset card or an action card, as well as add 15 production points. So once this is done, I put little X's to identify that they were done. Next turn, player 2, if you look at their objective card, it's sabotage, siphon energy, and create an island. So they played 4 terraform cards in order to create water around an island. And then from there, they sabotage them, reducing the power, siphoning energy, etc. And then next one, they get to draw an additional terraform. Next action card costs no production points, so they can just play it, as well as receive 5 sources per turn for 3 turns for stealing that, or for completing this. The next turn, player 1 would start. They would start off again. Now, if we go back, they would only start off with the 4 cards: terraform, sabotage, and terraform. They would get to draw 1, but then they could draw an extra action turn. Now, these are just examples. The objectives may be a lot harder, they may be a lot easier, but you're going to scale it based on it. So this is my game. If you guys have any questions, reach out and I'll answer them below.